Bolen Podcast. You better listen. Gang, gang, gang. Brought to you by Bolen Media. RBP, 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 Ross Bolen.
Welcome to episode 255 of the Ross Bolen Podcast, otherwise known as RBP 255, presented by Bolen Media. I am your host, of course, Ross Bolen, reunited today with my squad for the first time in 2020, joined by Anthony Johnson, Mr. Jared Borislow, and producer Mike Moody. How about them apples?
Wow.
Welcome back, boys.
It's the Love Boat.
It's our first episode as a threesome.
Is that what you think this is, a love boat?
Yes. It's also a foursome. We have Mike.
Foursome. I like to be in the middle.
Hot foursome.
There's two middle spots in a foursome.
Top middle.
We're going to centipede. We're going to human centipede today.
But somebody told me...
It's not a threesome, it's not a foursome, it's a human centipede.
Somebody told me the second one, which I haven't seen, is way worse than the first one.
We were talking about this on my stream the other night on twitch.tv/bossrollin', and I was like,
How ironic.
I was just making fun of the people who went and watched the second one.
Oh, yeah.
I would make fun of the people who volunteered to be in the movie.
So from what
At least they got paid.
They did get paid. From what I understand, the second one is all in black and white, and it's a copycat who watches the first movie and goes, man, I want to do that. But he's not a doctor, and he uses, instead of using, surgical precision and, stitches, he uses, duct tape and staples.
Oh, tight.
To attach them.
Just takes it down a notch?
Yeah.
Less sophisticated?
And apparently he does it in a parking garage. Somebody told me all this 2 days ago when I had this conversation. Kind of made me want to see it more to see how insane it is.
Now I'm kind of sold. This is like the Cats thing. People are begging me to go see Cats in theaters.
We need to see Cats.
It's going to be out of theaters Friday is the problem.
Already?
Why is it so fast? They spent all this money on it.
Bombing to a historical note, to a degree that has never been seen before.
It's going straight to DVD.
Is it showing after this podcast at Alamo Drafthouse?
Even if it was, is that how you want to end your day?
100%, yeah.
We are going to have some cat talk today. It's going to be a thing. Not cats to play. We're going to talk a little bit of a feline action, though. By the way, I got a question.
Huh?
Here. Little small talk to start the show. Did you know there are places that say calling out sick?
I'm sick right now.
But you didn't call in
here.
sick.
I didn't. I'm here.
But you know how we say, I'm going to call in sick tomorrow. I've got the flu.
Yeah.
Did you know there are people who say, I'm calling out sick tomorrow. I've got the flu.
It sounds strange.
Right? First time I've ever heard this in my life. Guess who said it, Jared? You're never going to guess. It was Serena, former intern Serena of FAMP, the FAMP family.
FAMP.
And she said she was going to call out sick. First of all, feel better, girl. But I had no idea this was a thing. And apparently calling out sick is very common for people to say on the East Coast, in New York, in Jersey, in Connecticut.
She's from the West Coast, though.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand. But
call out. I get that you're saying you're going to be out.
That's calling out sick.
That's the out, right? I'm going to be out. So I'm calling out. I'm calling myself out.
Sure.
But if you call yourself out in baseball, you're a loser, right?
And there's no crying in baseball.
There is none.
As we were reminded by Tom Hanks last night during the Golden Globes multiple times. Some people even say call off sick.
Nah, see, that's too much.
Yeah, well, that means you're calling off your sickness. It means you're healthy and you can come in.
It's just weird.
Be gone, sickness.
It's one of those things, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, AJ's getting over his sickness.
Yeah.
Lots of people out there have been sick lately.
Ooh,
It's that time of the year. You get worn down by the holidays and shit. Y'all make sure you take care of yourselves and get plenty of liquids and rest.
For sure.
And stay well
Yes.
out there. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
You know. RBP 255 is brought to you by Felix Gray. And whether you're visually impaired or not, they're making glasses you need to know about. Felix Gray and their badass blue light blocking glasses. Prescription, non-prescription, kids, adults, they've got you covered. You may not realize this, but the average American blasts their eyes with bright screens for 11 hours every day. And when you consider, your eyes are being blasted right now, Jared.
Oh no.
Yeah, because you don't have your Felix Grays on. They're not protected. And, you're staring at your phone, your computer screen, your TV all day. It really doesn't seem so crazy, the 11 hours. And the fact is, we can't eliminate extensive screen time from our lives, but we can protect our eyes from it with Felix Gray's blue light filtering glasses, available in both prescription and non-prescription. I have the Faraday frames in black. I wear them every freaking night when I get in bed to watch a movie or a TV show before sleep because my eyes are all worn out from staring at screens all day and twitching and streaming and podcasting and they save me every time. I mean, right when I put them on, I feel immediate relief every single night. They're sleek and effective. I throw them on to watch, like I said, TV or movies. Sometimes I'll game with them on if my eyes are particularly tired, dry, if I've got blurry vision or headaches at the end of the day or whatever. I always go with my Felix Grays. And if these symptoms all sound familiar, Felix Gray glasses are for you. Filtering out 90% of high-energy blue light, 99% of glare coming from your daily barrage of screens. You'll notice the glare gone from your computer screen, your TV screen immediately when you throw them on. They use a proprietary blue light technology embedded into the lens, as opposed to some of their competition that uses cheap coating that can easily chip or scratch over time. Felix Gray's on a mission to make fashionable, high-quality blue light protection widely accessible by offering a variety of frames for all face shapes, all style preferences. Felix Gray's badass. They're also our first Twitch sponsor ever on twitch.tv/bossrollin. Don't go shipping and 30 days risk-free returns or exchanges. That's felixgrayglasses.com/RBP, FELIXGRAY glasses.com/RBP. If you're new to our show.
Wait, but can I say one thing?
Mm.
Do you know why I wear Felix Grays?
Why?
Because nobody blasts my eyes unless I tell them to.
You've been waiting to say that for 5 minutes.
I was
He was
Guys,
laughing for the past 5 minutes,
he's
just waiting for you to
dying.
finish that read.
The entire ad read so that he could get that out there. If you're new to our show, the Ross Bolen Podcast, almost every episode is broken down into segments, which you can find with time cues below in the description. Now, some episodes may have a special guest or a special topic and be an exception to that rule, be less segmented, but typically the idea is we segment this show, we timestamp all the different topics so that you can consume at your own pace based on your work or school schedule or whatever schedule rules your life, and you don't have to have listened to a single one of the 254 preceding episodes in order to enjoy RBP 255. But if you like today's show, of course, we ask that you go back, get caught up with all those backlogged episodes. You're going to hear from one guy in our hotline call section today that literally just started the podcast, which is just kind of a funny perspective to get on the hotline. And yeah, there's a lot of episodes for you to listen to this January. So get in there all 2020 long. Get caught up. Listen to the new ones when they drop, but go back and get caught up as you can. Some announcements. First off, now that we're through the holidays, I am finally actually working on making this first batch of RBP merchandise available to everyone on Patreon. Admittedly, the last couple weeks, absolutely nothing has taken place in making progress there. But hoping this week will be the week. And I really do apologize for the delay. One day when I'm able to speak on all the random shit that has hit me this past couple months, you'll be like, okay, wow, merch was not the priority. But it is coming, and we'll all be coming. Happy birthday to Andrew Steenblock at Iowa State back on Christmas. Sorry I missed you, dude. Hope it was a good one. Shouts to your boy Steven as well. Y'all keep growing the gang up there at Iowa State. Happy early birthday to Will Sykes at Alabama. Make it a great one. Happy birthday to Andrew Cookie, who apparently got one last year, too.
You got a cookie last year?
A birthday shout out on the show, which would make him, I think, our first ever person to go back-to-back 2 years in a row. That's a big thing. Good for you, Andrew. Look at you. Congratulations to my Houston Texans for making it past the Buffalo Bills in an unbelievable second-half comeback that nearly cost me to go into cardiac arrest.
Also RIP to the Buffalo Bills and Bills Mafia.
They've been buried for a very long time.
They're going to come at your neck.
Some
You
people
better take that back.
They know, though.
Some
they
people
know.
call the RBP gang Bills Mafia.
They do?
Oh, yeah,
like
'cause
that's your
it doubles
mafia.
as
Because
that.
you're a Bill.
Oh, yeah. You're a smart guy,
Yeah, that's
Jared.
Bills
I didn't even think about
Mafia.
that.
Fortunately,
that actually works on more levels than I originally thought.
it
too.
did.
I don't
It
like
worked.
the Bills, though.
It did work a lot. The Buffalo Bills have a long-standing history with Houston and their NFL franchises. They actually ruined the Oilers, some would argue. So I don't feel bad for the people of Buffalo. Also, Bills fans are very, very used to this sort of thing. They're very prepared for this.
They lost 3 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah, and they break tables like crazy.
Did you ever watch that documentary, by the way? That 30 for 30?
I did.
Was it the four falls for Buffalo?
Something like that. Was it 4 straight or 3 straight they
I
lost?
think it was 3 straight, right? Jim Kelly?
Yeah, Jim Kelly. Chad Kelly's uncle.
Is it?
Swag Kelly's uncle.
Is that
Yes,
the truth?
That is real.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
Which, I'm going to go off on a tiny tangent here.
Okay.
Who the hell knew that Jonah Hill's sister is Beanie Feldstein.
Oh yeah, we discussed that in an earlier
is that her
episode.
name?
I'm gonna answer that question for you in a rude way. Everybody who listened to OCC. No, we did movie club one month for on Patreon for that movie. What was the movie called?
Bookworm?
Booksmart.
Super Bad 2?
Booksmart.
Yeah,
Superbad
no,
2.
she's. We discussed how like when we were. I didn't know it was his sister watching the movie.
Yeah,
I didn't know till after the fact, but I knew after the fact because I was like, whoa, that was really similar. It had like a lot of Super Bad vibes, and yeah, that's his blood sister, man.
I watched Booksmart in theaters and
Great movie, by the
great
way.
movie, yeah.
Highly recommend it when it's on streaming.
Yeah, but
I
I mean,
think it
both-
is now, isn't it?
Maybe
that actress was just nominated for what? Best actress in
in a comedy.
Unbelievable.
Maybe was she one?
Oh,
of
not a
them?
comedy. Definitely not a comedy.
You talking about his sister?
No, the other actress in Booksmart.
Oh, don't know.
She was the one in Unbelievable.
She's great too. Yeah,
She's great. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
she was in the movie, the Adam Sandler movie that I was an extra on.
she reminds me of the Juno girl.
Wait,
was
what?
she really?
What?
Yeah, remember I told you that before?
Oh, of course.
Wait, who was?
Who could forget this?
The other girl who stars in that movie.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Other girl. He clearly doesn't know.
The only star from that movie anybody cares about is AJ, capital AJ Johnson.
Yeah, I guess so.
The J stands for Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about that.
Also go by Harry Johnson.
What's your middle name?
He's sure.
You do not go by Harry Johnson. What's your middle name?
He could.
Lewis.
So wait, you're That is so You're AL. You're AL Johnson.
Oh, for the love of God. The Texans won, though.
Yeah, let's move on.
And farewell to J.J. Watt's girlfriend, who was traded away from her professional soccer team in Houston, the Houston Dash, today to the Chicago Red Stars.
Oh, that's tragic.
That's-
As my friend Thomas put it, no more distractions. It's playoff time.
Yeah, the Chicago Red Stars sounds like the name of a sports team if the communists took over.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Oh yeah,
I did
we're-
not realize that was
Yeah, what? What else do we have? Like, the St. Louis Sickle
what
and
they-
Hammers.
You know, every city when they have a new team, you vote on the name.
Yeah, who
That's
voted that?
Who the fuck? How
I will
did
say-
Red Stars win?
There's the Chicago flag has very famous red stars on it. It's like blue line, then the white line, blue line with the red stars and the white line.
Yeah.
However,
Okay.
when I think red stars, I think communist Russia.
Right.
And in Soviet Russia,
Do they use a communist flag? Is that their flag that they?
they probably use a Chicago flag.
Hockey
Okay.
pucks you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
well, it's
wow.
not- is it hockey?
The Chicago flag just looks like Argentina. Does it not?
with the red stars instead of the sun.
It's a D's flag. Yo,
It's-
we're the only
it's like
state that
very-
should have a flag. Just saying.
I mean, our flag is just the Chilean flag, pretty much.
Nah.
I thought the Chicago flag was a picture of Michael Jordan.
Chilean flag.
It is in some circles.
It
yes.
should be. We're going to talk Jordans today, too.
Oh,
Flag
nice.
of Chile. Yep. Damn it. It's the same,
Yeah, I know. It's
basically.
that. Well, Paul McCartney.
Same, but different.
Paul McCartney when he went
Paul
on stage.
McCartney?
Yeah, Paul McCartney when he went on
Are
stage.
there any
at-
Wings fans out there?
when he
That
went-
Paul McCartney?
Yes, when he went
Okay.
on stage at ACL,
Mm.
he took out a Chilean flag and was like, "I love you, Texas." You
He
remember
played
this?
for like 6.5 hours.
yeah,
too.
and and everybody's like,
And we went
"What?"
through his entire
No,
catalog.
but he really did a 2-hour, he's very old.
He's old,
Watching
man.
him perform for that long was impressive. Like, I was tired as shit by the end. And he's an old man.
and you were just watching.
I'm young and spry.
Yeah.
A story that
Or so you say.
another
Or I-
concert
yeah, I
story.
pretend to be.
I watched Declan McKenna or whatever his name is. He sings "The Beautiful Game." That song. He's like some 16-year-old star.
I don't
However,
know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
he opened for the Head and the Heart, and he's on stage and he goes, "I love you, Houston,"
Shut up.
and we're in Austin. And everybody started booing him.
Shut up,
No,
dude.
it happened. It was
Oh, that's like
hilarious.
the rock star nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love you, Dark Continent. Good night. That's from Ace Ventura 2. Pet Detective. Wait, no. When Nature Calls.
I was gonna say.
Excuse me. Almost made a massive error there. But yeah, peace out to J.J. Watt's girlfriend. I will not miss seeing her as much on social media. Although she seems like a sweet lady. I don't know why I said that.
That's rude.
Follow us on Instagram. Oh, wait, no. Am I done?
Can I say
I
anything real
guess,
quick?
Mike.
Why do you guys look so much shorter than Ross?
Oh,
Is it 'cause
I
I'm
lowered
sitting
my
up?
chair. And
Because-
I think he raised his chair.
Well, I have a posture problem.
Ah,
So I have
people on the stream are like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, we look like your
Well,
little
no, you
children.
forget when Ross is upright, he's like 9 feet
No,
tall.
I look
Right.
like a fucking monster over
It's
here,
an
dude.
optics thing. I think that Ross wants to be seen as the leader of this podcast, and if people watch, they're like, "Oh, that's
Right.
like the
Yeah, yeah.
the Papa
Yeah.
Eagle, and that's like the little tiny fledgling."
It's
Well,
funny they don't
it's
know
his
this.
show.
They don't know this for everybody that's watching on YouTube and Twitch and whatnot. I actually bought smaller microphones, chairs, computers, water bottles, headphones, everything for y'all's side of the table to make you look even smaller than me.
Yeah.
by comparison. I want to look huge.
It's working.
It's like how they did that shot in Lord of the Rings where there's
yeah. They make the hobbits look real small.
Yeah, they make Elijah Wood somehow look smaller than he actually is.
Every time I watch that movie, next time you watch Lord of the Rings, think about how much of a pain in the ass it must have been to shoot that shit to make them look tiny. I mean, it must have been a goddamn nightmare.
Nowadays, they could have just made him small with CGI, but back then they had to make everything 1.3 times larger.
Optic illusions or whatever, right?
It's like, why don't you just get a guy who's somehow a little smaller than Elijah Wood, if that's possible?
Hey, we can just ask him in person. He lives here in Austin.
Does he now? I
What?
saw Elijah Wood in Los Angeles at an underground bar in the Grove about 15 years ago, just by himself. His piercing blue eyes
You say what's up?
struck me through the night sky.
So underground bar.
Yeah, I think we said hi.
Underground bar. Even when he drinks, he's in hobbit holes.
He was surrounded by white women hitting on him as well.
Oh,
like
nice.
like white women drinking wine to end their day.
You
They
see-
just stumbled upon Frodo Baggins down underground at the Grove
They
drinking.
just all swarm to him.
It was a sight.
You
That guy
say-
cleans
yeah.
up Frodo.
You say hitting on him as well. You're saying you were hitting on him.
It was me. I was the group of white women. It was me. I have no brother. I ate sheep shit. That is not a reference anyone is going to get. Follow us on Instagram. Oh, wait, no, I'm not done. Couple more birthday shout-outs. From my boy Matt on Twitch, and apologies for these. These are late as well. First, Sam turned 23 on December 29th. What's up, man? I'll see you on Twitch soon. I hope it was a good birthday. Second, we got one for Tracy from T-Town, who turned 23 on the 1st of this year. Tracy shared RBP with Matt, with Sam, with many others, fulfilling his legal obligation, and that's what it's all about, kids. Share the show, grow the gang, the movement. Let's fucking go. Follow us on Instagram at the Ross Bolen Podcast, where every day we fill up our story with photos and videos sent in by you, our listenership, affectionately and lovingly known as the RBP gang. We're also on Twitter at Ross Bolen Pod, and you can find us on Facebook if you're the middle-aged aunt of one of our listeners. Some amends. First off, I gave Coles credit for Nash's Witcher talk on last week's OCC. That's my bad. Also, I gave credit to intern Matt Brasho for intern Bo Harrison's incredible video. My bad, Bo. Brasho makes great shit. But that was a Bo video.
So does Bo.
Bo makes great shit as well.
Bo
Incredible.
knows I would never talk shit about him like you did.
Bo knows.
Bo knows.
Bo knows. President Abraham Lincoln did not enjoy retirement. Richard Nixon did not enjoy impeachment. The population of China is 1.427 billion. First segment, insane headlines of the day.
All right.
We got two. You just messed up the whole shit, didn't you? Jared's the same size as me now. He jacked his chair up.
And maybe even
This
taller
is
than
bullshit. I'm gonna sit like this with my ass on the back of the chair to make me even taller and
Some
take my
books
head off.
behind
the-
you if you
What if
want
I
to sit
just
on those.
What if I just stand? What if I go to the next level and I just stand up the entire time like this?
You're making Mike's life a living hell right now. There's just
look at the video stream.
That's a great shot.
that is a good shot. That's what we're gonna use to promote this episode. Is you standing holding that giant microphone.
Why could this more? I'm be doing this.
Okay, our first headline for today is high school teacher, and first for 2020, high school teacher caught after allegedly defecating in park. And that's not that weird to me. This is where it gets weird. Multiple times per day for 2 years.
Oh, multiple times.
What?
This guy, a high school English teacher from Wisconsin,
Oh, what city?
not sure yet. We'll get there. Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, it's
Oh.
I live there.
He was reportedly caught defecating in a public park. Officials allege he's been doing it repeatedly for 2 years. According to WITI, Jeffrey Churchwell was confronted by the Fox 6 News team attempting to leave Natureland Park, which is roughly an hour south of Madison, Wisconsin, after allegedly committing the act that remained the scourge of the Walworth County Public Works Department for 2 years. This guy. 2 years.
Wow.
He's out there pooping. Richard Ho, Walworth County Public Works Director, told WITI that the unsanitary acts of Churchwell required his team to, quote, check on things daily, end quote, adding that Churchwell would sometimes defecate in the park multiple times per day. Quote, it was taking up precious time and resources to go and clean up unnecessary human waste. What did this man have against the toilet?
I have so many questions.
And as a teacher,
Okay.
what's the lesson to be taken here?
Biggest question I have. If this man is pooping in the park once a day minimum for 2 years, you catch him after maybe 3 days. There's no way that you. How do you let this go on for 2 years?
Well,
Explain that
that's
to me.
the thing
How do
that's
you not-
crazy.
How do you not just like?
The quotes make it sound like they had caught him many times. Like, they were very aware that someone was shitting in the park repeatedly
They
every
just
day.
let him keep doing it.
But he just kept going? Like, how did the streak continue? Like, did they lock him up at one point and he just, like, when he got out, he was like, nope, that's my bathroom.
How big is this park? Like, if you have one person just sit out there for a day, like, you're going to catch him. You know the people who come into this park. This is not a big city. This is a small city. I guarantee you less than 100 people a day go to this park.
You see people running by and they just see him popping a squat. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
what?
what's up, Susan?
Listen to this shit. Churchwell, the pooper, the park pooper, agreed to pay a fine of more than $6,000 and reportedly told authorities that he defecated in the park out of convenience and to be disrespectful. I love that he added that. It was really convenient, but also straight up I wanted to be disrespectful to the park, so I put my poo in it.
You think he just picked the same spot over and over again?
He had
It's
to
just a
change it up.
fucking
He had
mountain.
to change it up, right?
Yeah, is it like he's just scattering like a rabbit? He's just
Scattering.
this guy's droppings all over the park for the children to step in while they play?
But you brought up a point earlier, like people see him.
You got to see him.
He's in public.
You're walking your dog and there's an English teacher in the corner taking a shit.
Yeah, like is he like having conversations with him? Like is he saying hey? Like
And is he rolling with toilet paper? Because, like, all right, so my dad's a runner, like a big-time runner,
yeah.
outdoor jogger, and he did marathons and stuff. And, like, some of these crazy runners, they carry toilet paper with them in case they shit or need
Yeah.
to shit or whatever because they're running for hours.
You don't.
Not normally, but, I mean, did this guy have TP on him, or is he out there in the park just, like, getting natural with it? I mean, there's just more deets I need.
Okay, I need to tell this. I need to read this line. Maybe
Okay.
you're already planning on it.
No.
At first, Churchwell, a high school English teacher who is officially retiring later this month, told the officer who pulled him over that he didn't know why he was being stopped. But after the deputies asked him if he'd like to see pictures of why he was pulled over, Churchwell allegedly hung his head and said, "Going to the bathroom."
No way.
I love
It
that they
says it
added
right
in
there.
Going
allegedly
to the bathroom.
hung his head. Like, I can picture
Like
this
a
right
child.
now.
Going
Yeah.
to the bathroom.
Going to the bathroom.
What's his first name?
uh,
Now, Jeff, what did you do wrong? I went to the bathroom
Going to the bathroom.
in the park.
This literally is like a child. You're scolding him for like pooping at a birthday party.
And
like,
he was a month out from retirement. This is clearly some kind of like statement. Pooping all
what's
over parks.
The statement?
I don't know. We need to pick a park and do this year, though. We got to pick a park that needs work, and that we're trying to inspire the city to work on that park by pooping all over it. That's what we're going to do the
Yeah.
rest of the year.
Well, you know, Governor Greg Abbott would just be like, "Oh, look, it's the homeless people."
We would blame the
Yeah.
homeless.
That's what he does.
We're going to
for-
make this more San Francisco-y. We're going to do our part by pooping.
So this guy was going multiple times a day.
This was his bathroom, dude. It sounds like he was like, if
Well,
he
no,
had to go, he went.
because I was saying I only have to poop like once a day, maybe twice max.
I became a once-a-day guy for a long time, and now I'm a multiples guy.
What are you eating? Are
What
you
am I
changing
eating?
What
your
is he eating,
diet to make
Cheetos?
you-
I think
peanut
it was
butter
when
and
I
jelly
quit
sandwiches.
drinking it, like completely reshuffled my dietary stuff. Like I used to shit all the time, but now it's like a once-a-day clean cycle.
Hmm.
It's weird. Or now it's actually probably twice.
Now you're regular.
Yeah,
What they
and-
call it.
What
and,
do you
then, and then there was a point where I was going in hard. I talked about it a little bit. I was eating ice cream in bed every night and,
Oh,
and
yeah,
also
yeah.
cereal and
You
cookies.
still do that though.
And I had to stop. I was getting real bad night sweats. I still do the cereal and the cookies, but the ice cream had to stop.
Yeah. What do you think about people who don't poop for multiple days at a time?
Anyway, that would make me shit in the morning because I'd wake up filled with sweets and and then
Well, that's a good way to start your day though.
Yeah, it's-
Rather early in the morning than 3 in
Well,
the afternoon.
pooping is a good way to start your day. Pooping out nothing but sweets that you ate in bed at 3:30 in the morning the night before, not so much. I don't recommend this strategy to literally anyone, including myself. It has been nothing but pain and suffering, but God, it's so good when
Actual
you're eating
pain.
it. That's the thing with food. Fucking delicious. Next headline, how $470,000 worth of fake Nikes gets into the U.S. So there's this big story. I'm a big shoe guy. Y'all know that. Love
Yeah,
sneakers.
you have fake Nikes.
Big sneakerhead. Well, now
Whoa,
I'm worried that
whoa.
I might
Oh shit.
because this is an insane thing. This story's been covered many places, but I'm reading some of the reporting from QZ.com. So here we go. An international counterfeiting ring shipped hundreds of millions of dollars worth of counterfeit sneakers to the United States using an elaborate web of fictitious company names, bogus paperwork, phony email addresses, and burner phones. They had all this shit going. That's according to now unsealed federal complaint, which says the fake Nike and Louis Vuitton footwear would be worth more than $472 million if it were real.
Oh my gosh.
Now, we're all aware that knockoff products are a trade in the United States. That these big brands like Louis Vuitton and such, Rolex and such, they spark fakes.
There's a market for it.
There is a huge market for
And
it.
it really goes to show you a lot of the time that the only difference in the products is that there is a label on it.
Branding and marketing.
Yeah.
That's different, right? You know how many wealthy white women I know that have fake purses and know it and don't give a shit because they look so much like the real thing? A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Them bitches love purses, even if they're fake, because the real ones are too expensive, even for rich girls. That's a crazy thing. When I was little, the counterfeit product that introduced me to counterfeit products were Oakley sunglasses.
Yes,
Fake
I had
Oakley
fake Oakleys. I
sunglasses.
had fake Oakleys 100%.
I think it was like a thing. And it was in Houston where I played baseball at Memorial Ashford Little League. Shouts to everybody who played at Mall. Everybody, if you didn't have fake Oakleys or real Oakleys, I'm sure some of the kids had real Oakleys, you were an asshat. And you know I'm talking like the fucking
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
baseball-y looking ones too.
Yeah, the real sporty ones.
And they had a market in Houston where we would go like a couple times a year that sold these fake products, like in the back of the store. Like you'd be like, "What's up on them sunglasses?" And they'd bring out the counterfeit Oakleys, and it was like a very illegal thing, but it was dope. Fake Oakleys are $20. Real
Yeah.
Oakleys were like $140.
Did you ever get the fake Oakleys that the Jamaican sprinters wore in 2000? That like they go in your head and they wrap over the top of your skull.
Oh.
Do you remember those?
Them
I've-
shits
I
were
remember
crazy
those.
though.
They were
Those are
amazing.
wild.
They really went for it there.
Oh, they were so cool.
Yeah, so that's what introduced me to counterfeit goods and knockoff goods. But I'll be honest, I haven't messed with like a knockoff product intentionally since then, since I was a little kid, like 12 years old or whatever, buying fake Oakleys. Folkleys, as we called them.
Yes, we did.
But this is what's crazy. Here's a figure. Worldwide sales of knockoff goods in 2019 exceeded $520 billion, representing 3.3% of all global trade.
That's amazing. And it doesn't surprise me because especially with streetwear, it's all so simple. It's a t-shirt with it's got some Kanye thing written on it.
Dude.
It's so easy to just screen print that.
Streetwear from individual artists has gotten so easy to knock off. Like, think about all the Travis Scott designs and Kanye designs and their simplicity.
If it's just screen printed, there's literally
It is.
nothing separating it.
Yo, those Kanye shirts and stuff that he was putting out for a time that were like $75 were literally Gildan tees.
Yeah,
Like,
they were like Hanes beefy tees.
they were legitimately like what? Yeah, no, I mean they were like worse than like I don't want to say worse, of a lower quality than what we used on our merch.
Yeah.
And he was charging like an arm and a fucking leg, and people were paying it. Again, it's branding, it's marketing, it is what it is. And then there's all these resale sites, right? Where these counterfeiters can clean up too. And now that's where I was like, oh shit. And that's why StockX, for example, which is not an active sponsor, but it's formally sponsored this podcast, they have like an authentication system to ensure
Yeah, they have a team
that your shit's real.
that authenticates
And they
every
authenticate
shoe.
the product before they send it to you. But that being said, if you're buying sneakers from a third-party seller that doesn't have an authentication system, you're obviously at risk for getting played here.
Mm-hmm. Well, lucky for me, my boy Ralph hooks me up.
Oh, you've got a plug,
Yeah,
Ralph.
He checks. He checks.
Ralph at Adidas.
Yeah, when I was like, "Oh, yo, are those J's real?" and he pulled out his phone and he showed me a picture of them on the Nike website. And I was
He's
like,
your
"Oh,
eyes
nice."
and ears.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that proves it.
It was like
They look the exact
without
same.
a shadow of a doubt. They look the exact same.
I've had people accuse me of my first pair of Yeezys I ever got, the Moon Rocks, of them being fake.
Well, those
And
were
Did you
fake.
buy those from a third party?
Those were fake.
I didn't buy them. That's why there's fear.
Oh, they were a
They
gift.
were a gift.
Oh,
But they're so real to me. I think they're real. I fucking went through every one of those sites that gives you like the details to check for, and I'm like 99.9% sure I'm good. But just even having this story out there makes me paranoid.
so
I
when
might
you,
have to
when
take a
you
couple
buy
week
your
break.
shoes, do you only go through StockX or like the official like Foot Locker, Nike,
I usually
Adidas?
never Foot Locker, so I either go directly through Nike or Adidas or Yeezy Supply in the case that they go that route.
Or
which,
Ralph,
which they
right?
do, or Ralph. I
Yeah.
use Ralph on occasion.
See, I don't know Ralph.
Well,
There's a reason for that.
he's a secret.
I need a shoe plug too.
Ralph isn't real
Well,
to me. Jared has an
the
imaginary
shoes are real though.
friend named Ralph that he sees.
The shoes are real.
This allegedly, this level of counterfeit operation that we've got going on with sneakers in the United States, there were 385,280 pairs of imitation Air Jordans brought into the country last year, potentially costing Nike more than $70 million in revenue, which you have to imagine they're upset about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they like that.
What an enormous pain in the ass.
Michael Jordan himself is upset about that.
For real though. Like this is a thing that they're going to be putting more and more money into to try to stop because it's gotten so out of control, and that's so much revenue. And Nike's going to lobby their dicks off to ensure that this gets stopped as swiftly as possible.
Is it going to make them lower their prices though? Because they need to understand that if maybe they took $30 off, more people would buy them.
It's an interesting concept because maybe they don't even give a shit. You know? Maybe it's just like, well,
It's free
whatever.
marketing for them. It is
The
free
logo gets on
Yeah,
more feet.
That's true. Very
the
true.
fake logo that gets on the feet makes those people want the real logo probably because they already did because they bought the fakes. It's like, it's just a weird spot,
The
man.
product is always going to sell. Like Nike is always going to sell. Adidas is always going to sell, regardless of all the fakes and the counterfeits and whatnot.
Yeah, it's just a matter of when you start to talk 70 million in revenue, and then that's like they got stockholders to answer to and
Yeah.
shit. It's Nike, you know. It's not us like fucking around in here. It's
Very large company.
520 billion is a crazy number though. Anyway, lots of knockoff shit out there. In this latest case, the counterfeiting crew allegedly used slightly altered versions of actual company names to make their shipping paperwork look legitimate. So they were like taking the real name and then like switching 2 letters
like
in the middle.
Super Me instead of Supreme.
Dumbest shit of all time. Yes. Dumbest shit of all time, and it's that fucking easy.
That Yeezy.
Yeah. Once the cargo containers cleared U.S. Customs, they're 40 feet. They didn't go to the addresses listed on the manifest, which falsely claimed the shipments were made up of everyday household items like ventilation fans. Rather, they went to various self-storage facilities in Brooklyn, Queens, and Long Island, New York, where the boxes of phony sneakers were broken down into smaller quantities to be sold. Investigators eventually linked a total of 129 shipping containers to bogus shoes brought over from the same organization, this one that they busted. So it was like, the other thing that blows my mind about this is that at some point, for this to get set up, somebody has to go over in China or wherever. All right, I'm going to be the knockoff Nike guy and Louis Vuitton. And then go through the trouble of setting up basically what is the equivalent of a like bootleg Nike operation.
A whole supply chain.
Factory, supply chain, the products getting put together and shit.
You
They
have
got
to
to
get
make
an
them,
LLC.
you got to make
He
them.
could have started his own shoe company.
That's what I'm saying. It's the exact same amount of effort to start your own shoe
I didn't
company.
even think about that.
But you know they're gonna sell.
That's crazy.
It's just a weird like you're doing the same amount of work, but you're just ripping people off.
Why did
instead.
you do like? Are the designs you think copyrighted? Like what? Like okay, for example, Skechers pretty clearly completely stole Yeezy's design and made their own shoe.
Sure.
Right? So what?
Yeah, I
what
don't
does
know
to
how
stop
that
somebody
works.
from doing that? Doing what Skechers did, but like you said, making it like Yozi's and like oh these are totally different. Like my name is Yosef, so these are Yozi's, and like this is my shoe.
Why the hell did Skechers make a Yeezy design?
Did you see it? Isn't it crazy?
Skechers fake Yeezy boosts.
They kind of go though.
You want to get them now, huh?
I kind of want them.
What the?
Hey, if anybody's listening, please send me a pair of Skechers Yeezys so I can just absolutely stunt on everybody.
They kind of look like bowling shoes.
Were they like $20?
They
Do they not?
They look like your dad saw a pair of Yeezys and was like, "Oh man, I got to get these, but more, my style."
Have you ever bought shoes from Walmart?
Recently?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. I have like some house slippers.
I didn't know they sold shoes.
I bought some Velcro shoes from Walmart when I was in college at one point because I needed some shoes to just destroy
Yeah.
at parties. I think it was for Paint Your Date where I ended up getting a public intoxication and spawned the mugshot for this show,
That mugshot.
if I'm not mistaken. Not sure why that popped into my head.
What?
Don't shop for shoes
I-
at Walmart unless
I've
you
got-
have to.
I've got
I know they used to carry Shacks. You remember those?
the
The
Shacks.
soles will break apart as soon as you walked out of the store.
They
Is that
only
what you
came in
want?
size 29 too, right?
Yeah, you had to get the clown shoes.
I have a crackpot theory.
Okay.
I think that after looking into this for approximately 15 minutes, the entire bootleg shoe industry is
Mhm.
being bolstered by foot fetish globalists.
Back to the foot fetish.
It didn't take us that long.
It didn't.
We're in segment 1.
Have you ever opened up a pair of fake shoes? Because what if there's a camera in them and they're looking at your feet?
It's a good point. They could have a toe cam down there. You'll never know.
When would you ever know about the toe cam? You can't. Do you ever rip apart your shoes? Do you ever cut your shoes in half? Open the sole of your shoes and you'll find wires from the toe cam.
You're
Mate.
claiming that all of us are being bugged by these counterfeit sneakers, that the Chinese have implemented a technology into the sneaker soles that are allowing them to watch and hear us.
No, I think it's just foot fetishes, possibly Chinese foot fetishes. I don't know the origin. All I know is there's
You got to know, just off math, there's more foot fetish people in China than here, right?
there's more people.
So surely they're the foot fetish leaders of the world.
They have to be. They have
yeah.
to be.
They
I mean,
have to be.
If we're saying that foot fetishism is like a natural tendency,
Uh-huh.
then yes, of course. I think
I
you'd be
think
a
it
fool
is.
to not think otherwise. So
I
yes,
think it is.
that means man, the foot fetishists are like, they are the silent majority. They are the
2019
silent
was a
majority.
big year for them too, because they had Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which was a foot fetish movie.
Was there another
They
one?
had Casey Musgraves post that picture of her feet.
They
Oh,
did.
yeah.
They
that
did.
was huge for them.
That was huge.
That was. I think that's foot fetish Christmas of last year. It was not
Casey
December 25th.
Musgraves.
It was when Casey Musgraves posted that photo of her feet.
I was upset when Tarantino didn't thank Margot Robbie's feet in his speech last night.
Oh, like specifically?
Yeah. And then actually the second one he won, he forced a random dude that was with him to accept the award, and the guy was very much not prepared. Possibly a foot fetish buddy of his. I don't know.
Is that like
Allegedly.
his whole circle? Does he only
foot
run
fetishists?
foot fetishists?
I'll be honest, man. I'm really weirded out by that guy and his whole outlook.
Demeanor?
But people seem to really respect him. Like Brad
yeah.
Pitt, Leo, Margot was like, I mean, she couldn't have been happier for him, like hugging all
she
on him.
ran on stage uninvited
Dude,
to hug him.
and he was accused of basically like putting her in a shitty role at one point. Like she didn't have any speaking lines or whatever. Or very, very limited
Is
amount.
that how you felt?
No, I thought it was.
I do agree with
fucking
you.
made a movie.
He
Made
gets
a movie. He's parts to
gets
the parts.
the benefit of the doubt because he's like, oh, he makes undoubtedly great films, right?
Yeah.
But like, maybe
He's such a prick, though. Everybody knows that. The thing that weirds me out that he gets a pass for is the Weinstein stuff.
did he work with him a lot?
It was like that was his dude
Oh.
for years and years and years. He put out every movie he put out under Weinstein. So when that all came, I mean, Quentin obviously said that he, knew on some level or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it unfolded, but it was like it just shocked me how quickly we were like, no, he's good. Because if anybody that's not Harvey Weinstein is doing weird shit they shouldn't be doing, wouldn't you just guess Quentin Tarantino? And then he just happens to be the dude's closest fucking friend or whatever?
Maybe he gets away with it because he is like, his whole thing is that he's weird, right? Maybe they're like, oh, you know what? I bet he's not like bad weird. He's probably just weird. Because
upfront about it.
Yeah, he's upfront about being weird, so he's probably not hiding other weirdness.
He has a history of being weird.
Exactly. He has a
So
history
we
of being
only
weird.
know him as a weirdo.
Yes. And so him being not weird would be weird.
Yeah.
That's true.
Either way, I guarantee you he's got closed circuit television of all the toe cams in America in his room.
Yep.
Quentin Tarantino has got one of those mall security walls of CCTV.
Yeah.
Each one with a different feed of one of our feet.
Different toe.
Do you think
Different
Margot?
toe. There's not cams for individual toes. That would take too many wires. Those
There
have
are
to be
in my
high top
world,
shoes.
In my foot fetish world.
Do you think Margot Robbie let him lick those toes?
I don't think so. I think she could charge way too much money to let him do that.
Hell yeah, suck toes. Next segment. Stuff the Wikipedia when you're high, Mike. Hit it.
Hit it, Mike.
Hit it, Mike. Hit the
Grab your
music.
light. This is Stop the Wikipedia when you're high.
Stuff the Wikipedia when you're
The water bomb noise always makes me want
Why-
to hit a water bomb.
Why is there a sitar in this?
Dong, 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 dong,
Where does that
dong.
fit into things?
I don't really know. Our stuff to Wikipedia when you're high today is Luka Magnotta. Luka Magnotta. He was born a very different name. Eric Clinton Kirk Newman.
That's very different.
That's 4 different names.
And then he was like, nah, Luke Magnotta. He was born in 82, 5 years before me. He's a Canadian murderer who was convicted of killing and dismembering Chinese international student Jun Lin before mailing Lin's hands and feet to elementary schools and federal political party offices.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
An act that gained international notoriety,
Why?
obviously, but because a video was depicting the murder was posted online in May of 2012.
How long after the murder was that?
Then the dude fled Canada, became the subject of an Interpol red notice and prompting an international manhunt. Then in June of 2012, he was apprehended in Berlin while reading news about himself at an internet cafe, which is kind of cool. If you're going to be a murderer, you want to hang at internet cafes reading about the crimes you did until you get caught. That's how you spend your time, right?
Yeah,
Free Wi-Fi.
I'm pretty sure that happened in like The Bodyguard, that TV show.
What the hell is an internet cafe?
What? Are you serious?
You don't know what that is?
You're kidding me, right?
Is it just a place people go to use the internet?
Well, they
Yeah,
can
there's
also
no
get
coffee?
coffee.
Yeah, it's
no, there's both.
It's coffee. There's a bunch of computers there. You like log in and you pay per hour.
So what's the difference between that and they have computers?
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
computers
and you
there.
have to pay to access the internet.
So it's kind of like if a library and a coffee shop had sex and this was their baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot of like criminals that use it because like you can't, you can search stuff and then
Their IP address is not your IP
yeah,
address.
but
You're
there's
off the
cameras.
grid.
There's cameras, so like you gotta
the
wear.
tow cameras are there too.
They have tow cameras and they can identify you by your toe print.
They're under the desk, and while you're searching at your public library, you didn't know this. Every public library in America, they have tow cams. As
Yeah.
well.
They put them in because like they had nothing to do because there's not enough people going, so they're like, well, we might as well just get more cameras.
Exactly.
And
Because there's so much public funding for libraries, there's just too much.
what you need to understand is this: every human has 10 toes.
No.
Sorry, that's really mean of me.
Every single human has 10
I
toes, Jared.
apologize.
Wow.
I just I'm. I
What about the kid
apologize.
listening with 8 toes who's like, fuck you, J-Bone?
Just lost the listener.
I'm going to cut off one of my toes in solidarity tonight.
And do you know who would buy that? A lot of people.
I'm going to eat it live on
Okay,
cam.
I apologize. Most humans have 10 toes.
Yes, sure. I don't even know if that's true.
Surely.
I've never been big on
I
counting
don't like
toes,
I don't like feet, so I don't.
Wait, you
even-
never been counting toes? What about this little piggy?
counting crows. Long-
Mr. Jones and me.
Long December. Great song. We just got out of December. Go listen to that
Was
one.
that a long December?
Oh, jeez. It
It
fucking,
actually was.
my God,
It was
was it,
pretty
Jared?
long.
Holy hell.
It was pretty long.
Anyway, this guy, the murderer guy, back to him. He, in December of 2014, after 8 days of deliberations, a jury convicted him of first-degree murder, and he was previously sought by animal rights groups for allegedly uploading videos of himself killing kittens. Kittens. Which, if this sounds familiar, it's because there is currently a 3-part documentary series about Magnotta and the group of people on the internet who helped track him down called Don't Fuck with Cats, Hunting an Internet Killer, directed by Mark Lewis. It premiered at the end of 2019.
I literally started watching this on Saturday night. I fell asleep 15 minutes in because I was tired.
Seep.
But I was like, I don't know how good this is because I thought it was just about somebody killing cats. Now that I know that there is much, much, much more to it than that, I'm definitely going to watch this when I get home.
How do you kill kittens?
That's some sick
Well,
shit,
no,
man.
the way he kills kids, I don't want to ruin the documentary, but the
There
way
a
he,
lot of ways, right? Isn't he
Well-
like, doesn't he get creative with it?
yeah, the first
I
way
know
that
there's a vacuum involved.
yes, there's a
Kittens.
there's a vacuum
He's a
involved. That
sociopath.
is the creepy one. The only thing I know is that there was a vacuum.
Yeah.
What if somebody did that to puppies?
I haven't watched this yet, man. I don't know if I'm going to be
I
able
don't
to.
think I want to.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch this. This is it's brutal. The documentary has blown up over the past
Yeah,
few
I'm gonna
weeks.
watch it. It's they don't show. I tell you this, they do not show the deaths. They show somebody reacting to the deaths. Like
Okay.
somebody watching the video, they show their reaction. It's like one of those YouTube reaction vids, where it's like, oh, this is Ross looking at 2 girls, 1 cup. He has no idea what's coming.
Right. Or like
What? No.
No, you
here's
knew-
people watching the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Those are tight. I was like, I
Those are always
masturbate to
good.
those a lot.
What?
Yeah. What?
Huh?
Yeah. Anyway, the things were going really well for everybody named Luka this year.
Yeah.
Until now.
Luka Modric won the Bolen d'Or, I think. Luka Doncic is the best player in the NBA, better than James Harden, better than Russell Westbrook. Who else? Luka.
Nobody would argue Westbrook's better than Luka, just for the record. But also, Jared, you're just antagonizing me now.
Who's another Luka?
Luca Brasi from The Godfather, and I play video games with the Luca.
There's also
guy named
Luka
Luka.
from ER, right?
Was there?
Right? Mike's nodding. Yes.
Clooney was in ER. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Handsome guy.
People forget that.
There was a really funny part of the Golden Globes last night where Will Ferrell was on stage with Pierce Brosnan.
I like that a lot.
First of all, Pierce Brosnan, but here's the reason it was weird. Brosnan, very handsome man. He used to be 007.
He lives in Austin.
Does he?
Yes, my friend has seen him.
No bullshit.
No,
with
he
those
lives-
kids he brought on stage? He brought his kids on stage.
I didn't see the kids.
I bet they live here too.
He lives in Austin.
Well, I was a huge fan of GoldenEye.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Doubtfire. Great Pierce Brosnan movie. I like the Russian chick in GoldenEye who strangles everybody with her legs. She kills people
yeah.
with sex.
Pierce Brosnan's in Mrs. Doubtfire.
He's the boyfriend who dates Robin Williams' wife
Remember that?
as they're going through the divorce.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, dude. He's fantastic. It was a drive-by fruiting. You don't remember that? He gets pegged with a piece of fruit in the head? No?
I've watched every movie one time.
And then never again.
I've seen a few movies twice. One of them is The Love Guru with Mike Myers.
Why is
That
that?
is, That's a terrible movie.
I don't even want to
I've
know.
seen 2 movies.
Why?
I have seen 2 movies in theaters twice.
Just
As
made
in,
my
I
head
saw them
hurt.
in theaters twice in the same run while they were in theaters. The first one ever was Love Guru. I saw it with my dad. My brother didn't see it. 'Cause we back then there was not a lot of movies, so like, oh, Mike Myers, he's kind of funny. Austin Powers was good. I was like,
then?
yeah, I was like, oh, this movie's like, it was whatever. Like, I'll go see it again because my brother wants to see it. The other movie I saw twice in theaters was Django. That one makes a lot more sense. I think.
Great movie.
Was
Great movie.
Django
Yes.
Unchained?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
It's a great movie.
The Love Guru makes absolutely no sense for you to have seen
My
once,
brother wanted to see
much
it.
less
Shouts
twice.
to Jeff.
Unreal. But anyway, his facial hair. Oh, so the whole bit on stage was that Will Ferrell was like, "My God, you're good looking,"
Yeah.
and never read any of the stuff he was supposed to read. Well, this was the least attractive version of Pierce Brosnan we've ever seen because for whatever reason he has gone with the exact look that Colonel Sanders had his entire life. The exact.
I didn't think about that.
I mean, to a degree, people were photoshopping. It is fucking crazy.
wow, I didn't think about
Then
that.
rumors were swirling that he was going to play Colonel Sanders in an upcoming movie or something because it's so spot on. And I was just like, what the hell is going on here? Anyway, I don't know how he got to Pierce
Wow.
Brosnan.
Wow,
That's crazy, right?
But he's in like a turn of the century TV show. I think that's why he has that look.
That's why he has that look?
You know who's in that show too, or
No.
who was once in that show
No.
with Pierce Brosnan?
Whom?
Grant Davis, A Permanent Record.
Really?
Oh, what?
What?
Yeah, he had a walk-on role.
What the fuck? I didn't know Grant
was-
did stuff.
The premiere. It's called The Sun. It's on TNT. Yeah.
No shit.
Small world.
How about that? Producer Grant, one of our other
Wow.
producers here, was in
Wow.
a deal with Pierce Brosnan, which has everything to do with our stuff to
Well,
Wikipedia. when
was
you're
that in
hiding
Austin? Was that shot in Austin?
Yeah.
There we go.
it. Ah,
I had to make it in that I was right too. I
Of
had to add
course,
that
of
in.
course, yeah.
Of course.
Anyway, we're a feline podcast now, obviously, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get to this doc, but I didn't want to. I'm not going to give y'all any more of the details from this guy. Obviously, in case you want to watch it, it is very hot right now. It is trending on Netflix, and I'll say this: if I can bring myself to watch it, we will probably discuss it on OCC. I don't know. I think we've probably given Luka Magnotta, a.k.a. Eric Clinton Kirk Newman, the cat-killing, also human killer, all of the shine he's going to get on this show.
How about this?
Hmm.
Fuck, marry, kill, Eric, Clint, Kirk, and Newman.
Fuck, marry, kill?
Yeah.
You have to kill 2 of them?
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck Eric, marry Newman, and kill Clinton and Kirk. My decision has been made.
It's good. It's a good call.
Yeah. RBP 255 is also brought to you by Postmates. When you need red wine at 4 p.m. or sushi at 9 p.m. or a breakfast burrito at 8 a.m. and ibuprofen at 10 a.m., Postmate it. It's your personal delivery, grocery delivery, whatever kind of delivery service you need all year round. Postmates. Anything you're craving, they can deliver. They're the largest on-demand network in the U.S., offering delivery from all restaurants, grocery and convenience stores, traditional retailers you could possibly want or need. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Postmates will bring you what you need within the hour. If you have never tried Postmates, I use it legitimately 3-4 times a week, 5 times a week sometimes. I'm busy, I'm at home, I need a smoothie or I need lunch or something, or I'm leaving the studio and I want there to be food arriving as I get home or whatever. I use Postmates constantly. It's awesome. You just download the app for iOS or Android for free. You browse local restaurants and businesses, track your delivery in real time, and for a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. To start your free deliveries, you just download the app and use the code RBP. That's code RBP for $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days when you download the Postmates app. So anything you need, anytime you need it, Postmate it. Download Postmates and save with the code RBP. Next segment, hotline calls. So we got a few calls today to play. Our number, of course, is 888-WR-BOLEN. Yes, put your headphones on, boys. And you can call in anytime you want, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The hotline is open. I believe there's a false beep. I think I did a Archer-esque false beep on the hotline, so make sure you get the real beep before you start to leave your message. Again, the number is 888-WR-BOLEN.
That's so rude. Why did you do that?
I don't know. You can call us with a segment suggestion, some creative, constructive criticism. You could give us a trash or not trash hypothetical. You could give us an animal of the week or whatever you want. The hotline is there. Ask us any type of question. Give us any type of hypothetical. We've got 3 calls to play for you today. Here's the first one. It's a little bit long, but it's very cool, and I wanted y'all to hear it. So here it is.
Hey, Ross and Micah. This is Manuel. I'm a 51-year-old man who has a beautiful child who happens to be in senior in high school and is about to turn 18 in 2 weeks. This is January 6, 2020. Well, this child of mine introduced me to you guys while we were doing a road trip in Belgium this past week. And I had a hell of a time. I learned a lot of things from the two of you, which is very troubling because I thought I was never going to be able to learn anything from a couple of Texan boys. And I want to congratulate you for this podcast you have and for helping me to even bond better with my son, which I adore him. I think you should have a segment on how 50-year-old parents or dads connect with their boys, because I like what you say. I like your pop culture. I like your pirates. I like most of the things that you say, and I like your common sense, emotional intelligence when it comes to deal with daily social interaction. I think my son is a real fan of yours, and I approve this commercial totally, 100%.
Fuck yeah.
So anyway, my phone is 713-305. I'm an implant from Mexico City into Texas. We spent 23 years there. Bruno was born there. My son was born there. And then I just...
All right, so he got cut off because 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It cut you off after 2 minutes. But here's the crazy thing about this call.
That was a hell of a voicemail.
Yeah, he started with, hey, Ross and Micah. And we don't get many calls like that anymore. Because this dude's obviously back at the beginning of the show or whatever. Like, he's just started working his way through it. And his
First
son,
100 episodes.
His son, Bruno, is the one that turned him onto the show or whatever. And where did he say they were traveling? It doesn't matter. Belgium.
Yeah.
Mexico City family that's been in Texas now for, I think he said 23 years or something like that. But yeah, that it's just cool. Not only that we have more, like we've gotten more and more of an international presence, but also that older people than like our base has grown from like 18 to 24 and expanded more and more and more and more and more into older people as well. And this is not the first dad I have had reach out saying that he used the show. In fact, we've had a dad say that his daughter listens and that was the thing they bonded over. And I think we played a call like that like a year and a half ago. But it's an interesting thing to me.
How does that make you feel, by the way?
Really good. Like, that's the goal, right? Like, I'm 32 years old, so I'm between them.
Sure.
Between this father and son.
Get the best of both worlds.
And it only makes sense that we should be able to bring those people together, right? And let them have a conversation and better understand each other. And that's sort of the whole thing we're doing here, not just for fathers and sons, but for everybody, right? Like, everybody needs to fucking talk more and share more. And I mean, it's important to me because I have a really good relationship with my dad. And I always have. Like, he's very much where I got my sense of humor, or at least a lot of it. And
also my dad.
And your dad. My dad is your dad, yeah. My dad believes that Jared is one of his children.
Yes.
It is strange, but not all that shocking, honestly. But he's a great dude, and he's always been my male role model. So it's very important to me to hear from people who have grown closer together with their dads or their parents as a result of this show. And also shouts to Micah for getting a shout in the call. But yeah, the thing that really occurred to me listening to his call was, I bet a lot of y'all don't tell your parents you listen to this show because you think they're going to like judge you or that it would be weird or something. But I guarantee you that there are a shit ton of you who have dads and moms who would like what we're doing here, and that it would give a better understanding to them of what you're going through at your stage in life or whatever, obviously depending on what the subject matter is. I don't know how much today's cat killing and what else did we do? Pooping in parks is going to help.
Toe cam.
Or the toe cams that we have referenced throughout every segment. But other stuff we discuss, certainly. Right?
So you're talking to the high school kids primarily, right? When you say that?
Yeah, high school and college kids, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all shouldn't be afraid to tell people you listen to this show or you or your
What's there
parents
to
that
be
you listen
ashamed
this
of?
show. Well, people in illegal states, people that are like
yeah,
really
we do say a lot of illegal things.
anti-weed, people that are anti-weed. Although we don't talk about weed that
I
freaking much.
heard this podcast is actually banned in some countries.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
banned in
Iran.
Bangladesh, and Iran.
Yeah,
Those are the
they
only
have
two
signs.
so far.
They have signs with your mugshot with an X through it.
I saw a sign yesterday during one of the protests that said "Death to the Great Satan," and instead of Trump, it was the mugshot.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's
And I was so confused by that.
Can we Photoshop that?
It's like, what the
it's not a good look,
what
man.
the fuck did we do?
You hate to see that.
But we got dragged into this whole thing, and here we are. Anyway, that was a really cool call. I know it wasn't necessarily funny. Well, some parts of it actually were pretty fucking funny. He was like, what did he say? It was troubling that he could learn anything from two Texan boys or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was hilarious.
He said
man.
he likes your culture,
our
your-
pirates,
Your
You're-
common sense.
your
And our-
emotional intelligence,
and
or
our
something.
pirates,
Yeah.
my pirates.
They're
They're
yours.
my pirates now.
Yeah.
Barbarossa.
Which made me very happy. Yeah, we did him.
Barbarossa.
That's an actual pirate,
Yeah, but-
Barbarossa. But,
But you
yeah.
are Ross.
but I'm Ross.
Combining it.
Yeah. No, I know.
I'm making.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Get your headphones. All right, here it is.
Hey Ross, it's Fez from KC. So I've got a little bit of story here. So my friend recently just bought a John Wick 3 Blu-ray, and I've got nothing against movies, but I've got a bone to pick with DVDs. So I just wanted to ask you, like, when's the last time you went to like Redbox or even bought a fucking DVD, man? Yeah, that's it. Gang, bring Micah back, please.
People are big missing Micah in 2020, which is not surprising. But what is surprising is that there are still people out there copying DVDs and Blu-rays. And even more shockingly, he asked about Redbox specifically. And my first thought is like, well, surely Redbox doesn't even exist anymore.
No, they do.
Redbox is I recently found out it is so much more unbelievably popular than I would have ever imagined in my entire life. The amount of money they bring in
where?
is crazy. Everywhere. Across the
Oh,
entire
because
United
well, they
States.
pivoted to digital streaming.
What? No, them shits are still outside
No,
all the
yeah,
grocery stores.
it's
It's outside of grocery stores.
I thought they also offer.
No, they only do DVDs.
So
I'm
they do,
pretty
so they
sure.
do strictly the kiosks.
Strictly kiosks outside of like Targets and CVS.
Are you 100% of that?
Yeah.
No, they definitely have a streaming
What?
service now too.
Yeah.
But
That's out of the loop I am.
I still see. I didn't know this until AJ just said it, and then I googled it. But yeah, there's Redbox streaming apparently as a thing.
That has to be the reason why they're still in business.
Or perhaps it was a thing at one point. Nope, it's maybe still. I don't fucking know. Look, I'm not here to do Redbox ads. What I am here to do is make fun of the fact that, or not make fun of. It is what you said. It is crazy. Dude. So I used to hit Best Buy back in the 2004 or whatever. Like when I was in high school, man, we used to go to Best Buy and like pick up DVDs and CDs and shit.
That was like the fun thing to do.
Yeah, Best Buy was the jam. But like DVDs, collecting DVDs and Blu-rays, which again, for people who watch me on Twitch, every time we stream, I play a movie in the background, right? And sorry, Twitch, but I think that's a violation of the terms of service. But I pick a DVD because I don't want to take up any more bandwidth off the internet or whatever. And I had this massive collection of DVDs from when I was little still.
Oh, nice.
But it was kind of a thing, like when streaming broke, it took me some time to accept that. So like I'd still find myself like, 7-8 years ago, like I was still copping a couple Blu-rays here and there or whatever. But it's been years and years since I've seen anyone purchase or give someone as a present or in any way, shape, or form exchange a Blu-ray or a DVD.
Every time I go to 7-Eleven, CVS, and there's Redbox outside, I see somebody at it. Every single time.
Fucking time. And here's the crazy part. If you start to think about that, because this came up, obviously, as I'm pulling out the hotline calls, I left Randall's yesterday and saw a line at the Redbox machine.
A line.
A fucking
I believe it.
line.
Here's what I think it is. I think that people who get into streaming get so blinded because all they know is streaming. Do you have cable?
Yeah, I have cable.
But
But only because I have to.
Only for sports, too.
Yeah.
So I stream all my sports. It's very legal, for sure. I stream sports. I have
Everyone
my
does.
parents.
Everyone
I have
does.
my parents
Shout to Reddit.
log in for other stuff
Big
that they have
shouts.
cable for.
Right.
Sorry if they don't know that. Well, I've been jacking that shit for a long time.
Everybody does that too.
I get so blinded by streaming that I forget that, let's say you don't want to pay for all these streaming services. You can get 15 movies for the price of 15 movies a month for the price of Netflix. A lot of people own
That's a
Netflix
really good
and
point.
don't watch 50
From a
movies a month.
Redbox, you mean?
From a Redbox. A lot of people who have Netflix don't watch 50 movies a month. Let's say you only want to watch 4 movies a month. Don't get Netflix. Just go to a Redbox.
Well, and it's also it's like it's people in different tax brackets. Let's be straight up. Like it is definitely poorer people who use
Sure.
Redbox more than other people. And thinking through it, that makes a ton of sense. Like, dude, fuck Netflix. If I was dead ass broke, I'm hitting Redbox a few times a week.
It's those families that still use like their PS2 as a DVD player.
Yeah. And there's lots of them out
That's-
there.
I mean, majority of America.
I mean, it's a crazy, crazy thing.
It's a good window, I think, into like the blinders that could get put onto us with income,
with everything,
income
though.
inequality.
Yeah,
you know,
with everything, you forget that there are people who do not live like you do.
Yeah.
Right.
especially same thing with network television.
For sure,
When's
no.
the last time? Could you name either of you a show that's running right now on CBS?
No fucking way.
Price is Right.
I mean, okay, a primetime show. A good call, but a primetime show.
Got your
Days
ass
of Our
there.
Lives.
That's not primetime.
Let's make a deal.
None of those are primetime. So my point is,
No,
there
can
are,
you?
but no.
Blue Bloods.
Yeah, sure. That. Oh, Criminal Minds.
Let me
I
see
think.
what Blue
I
Bloods
think
is
Criminal
on.
Oh,
Minds.
CSI.
Shouts to Steve Sharippa, by the way.
The CSI, NCIS.
What is Blue Bloods? CBS. Holy shit, Blue Bloods is on CBS.
Really?
Fucking killed it,
Another-
dude.
I
Look
guess-
at me.
But my point is, there are people who like watching primetime. Remember how that's how it was for all of us in the early 2000s?
And now they're all still doing that. Yeah.
And which is not weird. It's weird that we've evolved past it.
It's weird that we stopped thinking about it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
We acted like, oh, everybody evolved past it. No, a lot of people
Yeah.
still do. Most people still
dude,
do
this
that.
isn't the only example of this that has come up for me recently. It's sort of been eye-opening to like have a few of these circumstances thrown in my face where I was like, God damn, dude, it's easy for me to forget.
It makes us seem really privileged when you like think back on it, you know?
Yeah,
well,
it's like
we are
first
really
world problems.
privileged.
Oh, yeah, that's what
that's the part to remember.
We are, and it makes us realize it when we don't think about how privileged we are. It's a reality check, I guess, is
It
the way of
is.
putting it.
No, it is. For it's especially something as like random of a conversation point as
Yes.
Redbox, but when you
Yes.
start to unwind it, you're like, oh man, I'm just fucking not connected to the real world as much
Exactly.
as I thought I was, right? Which is the goal, to always stay as connected to the real
I
world as
love,
possible.
as much as it makes me feel like kind of a piece of shit for like not realizing how privileged I am, I like those moments because like
It
keeps
lets you know how
humble.
blessed you are.
It keeps you humble.
It lets you know how blessed you are.
I'm a piece of shit. There we go. I need that.
Here's how privileged we are. We go to Redbox and get movies, but no one ever wants to go back and turn them back in.
So you keep
And we
them
complain
shits.
about it.
There you
yeah,
go.
we just keep them and just let it rack up like $20 in late fees.
Yeah, what do they? How does that work if you,
You
don't
never
return
want. You
one?
never want to turn it. Like, there's never a time where you're like, I need to go turn this in, and you could pass by 12 red boxes on the way back home, and you
There's-
don't want to stop at any of them.
There's also something sad about stopping at a red box and then having to walk up to it and stick your fucking John Wick 3 DVD in there, you know? Also, how much do you have to like a movie to purchase the Blu-ray? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Was his John Wick 3 so impactful to him that he was like, I have to have the fucking hard copy?
It's a good movie.
I haven't seen
The whole John Wick trilogy, honestly.
Have you seen the first one?
I've seen no John Wicks.
You need to watch the first John Wick, Jared.
I need to watch Cats
And then
first.
watch the other two.
I need to watch Cats, and I need to watch Don't Fuck with Cats. So I really got a whole cat theme lined
They
up.
could have called John Wick 1 Don't Fuck with Dogs, because
Yeah.
literally what happens is related to his dog and then the aftermath of which is him murdering everyone alive.
And it spiraled into 2 more sequels.
Oh,
which I need to
He
see.
was that distraught.
Who John Wick?
They fucked
Yeah.
him up, dude.
one
They
of the-
fucked him up. They took his dog away.
Oh.
You never ever do that. Or Keanu will come for
He
you.
just went on a murdering spree.
Keanu, what a guy. He got referenced during the was it Globes?
Did he?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Tom Hanks afterwards was talking about.
Oh, wow.
People asked him, "Hey, Tom, how do you think you've managed to avoid controversy?" And he's like, he pulled the Keanu Reeves quote, and he's just like, "Oh, it's better than the alternative. Everybody hating me." Got a little love.
You know, it's going to be his year because he's going to have Bill and Ted coming out. Is that also, I don't know if that's coming out this year.
2019 was definitely a Keanu resurgence. I'm wondering if
He got
me.
memed.
The new Matrix movie.
he
another
became a
John Wick
meme.
movie.
Yeah, never mind. He's rolling.
I'm gonna say a person who arguably had the most low-key, massive 2019 of anybody.
Okay.
So, it's my boy Guy Fieri. Let me run you through.
I'm sorry, who?
Guy Fieri.
What did he do in
Saying
2019?
Guy Fieri?
No, Guy Fieri. We've talked about this
The
before.
guy that wears spiky.
Here's what happened in
You
2019.
crushed that Halloween costume at that one point,
I
by the way.
did. I wore a Halloween costume to work of Guy Fieri. Nobody else wore a Halloween costume, and it was just me in full. I'm
All
talking
out.
spiky blonde
All
hair, sleeve tat. Okay, so in 2020, I would say this: 2016 through 2018, Guy Fieri was the butt of jokes, right? He's the guy, you look at him and you're like, haha, that's like the punk rock chef guy who he's trying too hard.
It's like the Limp Bizkit of like TV chefs, yeah.
Exactly. So everybody thought that, but everybody loved his TV show.
Dude, I love that show, honestly.
Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives is a great show.
I used to watch it a lot.
So that also spun into him getting Guy's Grocery Games, which is a competition show. People like that as well. So slowly, while you're making fun of Guy Fieri, you're realizing you love his TV shows. And there's like a weird dichotomy.
But that's part of it, though, right?
See, it was. And then the best thing ever happened for Guy Fieri. He hired, I don't know if he hired it or his PR agency hired it, he got a new social media manager. And this social media manager for Guy Fieri, every like week is posting hilarious photoshops of him in different meme settings. He memes himself every single week. And he's now become self-aware. It went from you being like, haha, look at that guy. He's funny, but I like his TV show. Like, he's funny looking and acts like a punk rocker, which is kind of losery to me, but I like his TV show. And now you're like, oh my God, he gets it. He's fucking hilarious.
Now the joke's on us.
The joke's on us for doubting him for so long. Do you see these memes?
He's rich.
They're A+ memes.
Is he just of Italian descent, or was he born in Italy?
He's born in America, born in Northern California.
No, he was born in Columbus, Ohio.
What? Oh, he's from Northern California, though.
There you go, yeah.
He's from Northern California, and his last name was Ferry, Ferry.
Right.
And he changed it to Fieri to honor his grandpa.
Okay.
That's tight.
Respect. Yeah.
Now,
I've always liked this dude, Guy.
Yeah.
I never had a problem with him.
Like I said, his show was great.
I've always liked him. I've always liked him. A lot of people gave me shit for liking him.
But that's the joke, though,
Yeah.
right? Like,
It was the joke, but it's not. Now, if you look all over the internet, he's universally loved. There's no more Guy Fieri's a loser jokes. It's all jokes about how cool he is.
so you believe Guy Fieri to be having a renaissance moment a la Keanu Reeves in 2019? That's what you're claiming.
What
right now.
he's having is like, yeah, he's become self-aware. He's no longer the butt of the joke. He's part of the joke, which has elevated him to
He's become self-aware. Like he
Yes.
was artificial intelligence before. I am looking right now at a. You're not joking. He put out a
great memes.
His pinned tweet is a Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian. I'm sorry, the child turned into Guy Fieri with Guy Fieri hair and a Guy Fieri goatee. And it's got 43,000 retweets and 198,000 likes. So
the best thing he ever did was get the social media manager.
He's really doing it out there, guys. He's really. Oh yeah. Here's a meme. I will not watch drivers, dine-ins, and dives, dashes, dives, triple
it's
D's.
Bart Simpson drawing
in class, and Bart is dressed as Guy Fieri. How come part of his look is the sunglasses on the back of the head, though? Because no one is allowed to do that.
Doing that.
No one is allowed to. We're not allowed to.
He breaks the rules. He
You
always
get made
breaks the
fun
rules.
of if you do that. Like,
that's what
white people stopped being allowed to walk around with their sunglasses like that in the fucking 90s.
This is a huge part of it. People made fun of Guy Fieri. I would say 90% of it is because of the way he dresses. It's because he dresses
and his
like,
tattoos.
He
and
dresses
his hair,
like
and his face.
like an Oklahoma
and his
City
earrings.
motorcycle loving dad.
He dresses like a Raiders fan who's in a good mood.
We have to leave it at that. There's no better.
Shit, that's
There's no
exactly
better.
how he dresses.
Yes.
Have either of y'all seen Uncut Gems yet?
No.
No.
Man,
it just came out.
We might have to go see that as like a fam or
Cats
something.
too.
And but this is
man.
actually important that we go see this. The Adam Sandler movie.
You will be telling you will not be telling your kids you saw Uncut Gems movies. You'll be telling your kids, "Oh, I saw
Cats, and it ruined 2020 for me.
I
I was
was
wondering because he also photoshopped himself into Uncut Gems for God knows what
Hey,
reason.
speaking of Adam Sandler, remember we were talking before about I said that Adam Sandler has one more good movie left in him, and it would be this movie right here.
Yeah.
There's another actor that I feel the same way about,
Okay.
and it's Will Ferrell. I think he has one more classic left inside of him before the end of his career. I don't know what it's gonna be because he's put out some stinkers lately.
Yeah.
And he has another movie coming out soon too.
Well, he's been doing like more kid stuff, right?
Yeah,
a little more of younger focused.
And then he had that Sherlock Holmes movie that just totally bombed.
Oh, I don't even
Remember
remember.
that?
Yeah. Oh shit, yeah,
Nice.
dude, nobody saw that.
I actually
With
agree
John
with
C.
you.
Riley.
Yeah,
They're supposed to
yeah.
be the great reunion of
Yeah,
them two,
of
and then
that duo.
that movie
Damn.
just totally bombed.
Part of the
Yeah.
reason I agree with you is because his films that were seen as like not flops but like not his classics are becoming. I hear people referencing the other guys.
Oh, that's become like a very, very well respected comedy over the
But
past
it wasn't
few
when it
years.
came out.
No.
Oh yeah,
wasn't.
it didn't do well at all when it came
People,
out.
I've heard that movie referenced more than any Will Ferrell movie over the last year.
Because I think people realized how good it was after we stopped getting as many good Will Ferrell movies in comparison.
So I think that like even his movie, people are so hungry for Will Ferrell. They're like going back and appreciating. Kicking and Screaming gets referenced sometimes now too.
What? I did think the same thing when I saw him on stage last night. Though I was like,
yeah, he
still
has
got
one more left.
I was
in the
like,
tank.
where is this dude at? We need some more. Because, he's like by many respected people. I think Tina Fey is one of the examples. She considers him to be the funniest person of all time.
Yeah.
Like, Will Ferrell gets mad respect from people you wouldn't really think based on, like, you're thinking, like, Talladega Nights and, like,
well,
but
think
Anchorman.
Think of his career on SNL.
That's what a lot of it's from SNL.
That's
back
what
in the
made him
day.
iconic.
Was Anchorman too good? I never saw it.
No,
I
I never saw
thought
it.
it was funny.
I never saw it.
So, what do you think that Will Ferrell's classic, his last run, his last ride, will be a sequel to a past classic or a totally new concept?
I think it'll be just a totally brand new movie,
yeah, he'll have to
and
get
it'll
in
just
somewhere.
be like he has, dude. I know he has one classic left inside of him.
Because, okay, here are the classics he's done so far.
Yeah.
Zoolander, Step Brothers, Elf, arguably, Old School, Anchorman, A Night at the Roxbury, maybe.
No, that was a funny movie.
I don't. A lot of people really love that one, but then he's been cranking out all of these fucking ridiculous. Okay, The Other Guys is another one. Talladega Nights. Get Hard is sort of when he started this spree.
That was the one with Kevin
with
Hart.
Kevin Hart, right?
That was a funny movie.
Daddy's Home. He sort of keeps hitting in that little zone right there.
With Mr. Wahlberg.
The Campaign.
And
Land
that
of
was
the
actually pretty
Lost.
funny. The Campaign was funny.
Holmes and Watson. Daddy's Home 2. So it's just Anchorman 2. Semi-Pro was okay. Kicking and Screaming.
Semi-Pro is. I never saw Semi-Pro, but I do see that get referenced a lot. People like the way he dressed a lot. People dress up as Jackie Moon all the time.
that is a classic Halloween costume.
I don't know why, but I never realized it was Will Ferrell in Superstar from 1999 until just now, which is weird. He was like too skinny and young at that point.
It was Molly Shannon.
Yeah, Superstar. The producers, but yeah, no, he's due.
Well, would you want to see him and John C. Reilly do it again, but the right way?
Please, yes.
What was
John C. Reilly's ridiculously talented as well.
What was this call?
Yeah,
about?
like more than just in comedy.
What was his what? Yeah, he's a great.
What was
actor.
this call about?
What was this call about? Did we play it?
What?
I don't even think we played our last call.
Oh, we have one more?
Yeah.
Oh,
hold your
that's
headphones.
nice.
I was like,
Do
wait,
that.
what are we
Hold
supposed
your
to be
headphone up
talking
to your
about?
ear.
We're wasting time.
Quickly. Here it is.
Yo, Ross. It's Colin from Texas City, which is where you said your mom's from, so that's cool. Anyways, I got a suggestion for Year of the. So just hear me out here. Year of the Untucked Dress Shirt.
Oh, for the love of.
Now, I know it sounds pretty lame, but hear me out. You untuck your dress shirt? Why? 1, you're having sex. 2, you just got off work. 3, you just want to say fuck it. I just want to take an edge off. I'm looking too spiffy. I gotta go and put some edge for the ladies, you know. But anyways, biggest thing for me was the post-work untucked dress shirt. It just shows you are in ultimate relax mode. You are ready to chill. You are ready to do whatever the fuck you want. So yeah, hear me out, Ross. Let me know what you think. Peace.
All right, this dude wants 2020 to be the year of the untucked dress shirt. We are at the point now where literally every single possible item of clothing or potential accessory that a human being could wear has been suggested as the year of for 2020.
Even the Merkin?
Not the Merkin, but now, yes, even the Merkin. It's you people have derailed into a... Someone actually suggested and gave a pitch for Year of the Pants. Year of the Pants. That's too general. Which is Year of the Untucked Dress Shirt?
Well,
First of all, I haven't worn a fucking dress shirt
I've never
since
seen
the
you wear a
last
dress
wedding
shirt.
I was
I've
at,
known
or a
you for
funeral.
I've known you for 6 years. I've never seen you wear
I've
a
never
dress
seen
shirt.
you wear a nice button-up or a polo.
I've seen you wear a polo, golf polos.
Only for golf.
No, I've seen you wore it in the office back when you were thick.
Oh, that's true, dude. When I was thick, I was rocking mad golf shirts for some reason. Because fat guys in golf shirts.
When I weighed a lot more.
I heard those
I
shirts were
also
screaming
wore.
They were.
for help.
Go look at some of the Instagram
Yeah,
pictures.
some of those buttons are like, I'm about to
There's-
fall off.
It's just too much nipple
Yeah.
up there in those
Wait,
golf
those are
shirts sometimes.
see, I thought the nipples were buttons.
No, those are my button nipples.
Oh.
I have Hershey Kiss nipples.
Oh, okay.
I have very small nipples for a man. Did you
Small
notice?
areolas.
Very teensy, size of
Hey,
pennies.
how many Patreon patrons do you need until you whip out the nips on the feed?
1,500.
Yeah,
That's it.
we're pretty close to that, right?
I think so.
Shirtless Ross
you know.
pick.
You drive a very low bargain.
I'm cheap. I'm a cheap whore. But no, I have very small nipples. Very hairy, but very small nipples.
Can you see them through the hair?
They never grew. When I was a small boy, I remember people were hitting puberty, and I was looking around like, motherfuckers' nipples are blowing up. Mine stayed the same size.
Damn, that's
Whole life. Never
Very
grew.
Did everything else stay the same
Dick
size?
grew, though. Thank God. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's not what you want. That happens to people.
Yeah.
No shit.
It's a curse.
What was this?
Is that what? 2020, you're the micro penis.
That's what we're going to do. It's time to support our brothers in arms.
Our brothers, not brothers in
Our
baby
brothers
arms.
in pants.
Not brothers in baby arms.
I don't think you want to get those snaps, man. It's not what you want.
See, and that's the other thing we got to consider
I
here.
didn't think about that.
You're the micro penis turns my Snapchat account into a goddamn. That's not what I want. You're the pants. I'm just getting pictures of people's pants all year long, like untucked dress shirt, bro. What the fuck?
Turn your Snapchat into a Tic Tac
Look,
factory.
we've got a few with legs, and I'm gonna be honest.
Not third legs.
The boot has become one of them. It is actively in the conversation.
Can I ask
People
a
are
question?
riding hard for the boot right now.
Can I ask a
It's
question?
out of control.
Would it just take one title sponsor to decide the year of the thing? What if a boot company's like,
What do you? How do you think this decision is being made? Just by what I like? No, Jared. That's the only thing we're
Oh,
going
really?
off
Oh,
of.
really?
No, I'm just kidding. It's
Oh.
definitely a part of it. Yes, it would take one title sponsor to sync Year of the Boot into being what's happening. Not sync, I guess. Raise it up to being what we're doing.
Like if Cavender's, if they sponsored our podcast.
Sure.
or so what if the T-shirt brand or the dress shirt brand Untuck It? They're a big brand. They could be title sponsor of Untucked
We
dress
might
shirts.
have to do
Yeah,
it
but then we're doing the Year of the Untucked Dress Shirt.
Well, you talking shit about it just ruined our chances.
And every time I say it, I have to beat my own ass, which would be not worth the money.
Well, you don't even wear a dress shirt, so you can't even partake in it.
Just for the record, though, they make great shit there. I'm not saying they don't. They make good shit.
Look into the camera and
But-
say that.
No, because they're not a sponsor. But right now,
Yet.
this will never happen. This is not going to be the year of. And just stop making suggestions. I'm on it. We've got enough. I'm not joking. Someone suggested year of the belt. Someone suggested year of the watch, the glasses, the fucking the hat.
My God, this is getting out of control.
It's like, y'all got to chill and let me figure out what it's going to be the year of. But I'm telling you now,
I'll tell you what it's the year of too.
it's not the year of the untucked dress shirt.
Do you know what year it is? The year of the bone.
It is not the year of the bone. I will say this. It is a fantastic feeling when you get off work, similarly to like a woman taking off her bra, I have to imagine. It's the only version of it
And
we
drinking a
have.
Coors Light, because that's
when
the
you get to
commercial now.
untuck
yeah,
your
I
shirt.
remember that commercial. Yeah.
What?
That Coors Light is going all in on being the official beer of women who get home from work and take off their bra. There's a commercial about it. She like takes her bra off through her armpit
And, like
sleeve.
flings it and it lands on a picture frame.
Yeah.
That's always weirded me out. That concept. Like you get
Right.
home and you take off your bra. Isn't that like a support situation?
Well, no, it's uncomfortable.
Don't those need those?
Not when you're at home.
It's like imagine
Who
if
cares?
you
I've
wore
never had
wore a cup to
Titties,
work.
I don't know.
You had to wear a cup to work. You're like, yeah, this protects my balls from getting hit.
You'd get
but when you
home
get
and
it
you'd
home,
take
you're
it off.
yeah, you're like, oh, my balls are safe now.
Yeah, but what if it was about like, buoyancy or whatever too? You want them to stay up is all I'm saying. I don't know.
Not if you have no one at home to impress. It's
Yeah.
just you.
That's a very good point. Then fuck it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you can
Absolutely.
take off the cup that is 3 times larger, makes you look like you have a bigger dong. Even though
That's
you
part of the
should-
year of the micro penis. We're
Yeah,
we're gonna
yes.
make RBP cups that are way, way bigger than these micro penis people need, so that they can present themselves public facing in a more manly way.
Hashtag year of the micropenis. Hashtag that kind of also fits into year of the bone, which was originally meant to mean me, J-Bone. I'm going by J-Bone harder, by the way. I don't know if you knew this.
That's good. That's all I call you.
2020 is the year of the bone. I've gone back all in. I've changed my display names on social back to J-Bone.
Wow, that's
Big
a
for me.
lot. That's a big move.
So when I did it originally,
weird move.
it
I
was-
don't know if most people change their nickname like that.
most people don't decide their nickname and then go by it, but I did that.
Kobe did.
True. But yeah,
Black Mamba.
call me J-Bone. It's the year of the bone. I think it's also, my personal brand, Jared Borislow. Sounds like a freaking desk clerk at a freaking club for men who like to read fancy books. Jared Borislow. No, I'm J-Bone, baby.
I like your name.
Come and take it.
So you're saying it's also the year of the boner?
No, it's not. Well, the micropenis boner, I suppose. I don't know if you want to fit that in. Maybe.
Mother of God, it's not the year of any of
It's
those
the year of the
things.
bone. It's the year of the bone. Hashtag
you-
J-Bone. Follow me.
You guys are part of the problem. You're the pants. Get the fuck out of here. Brand new sponsor alert, by the way. RBP 255 is also brought to you by Future. One of the things I love about my Apple Watch is
Future?
how easy it makes my daily routine, not the rapper.
Oh.
It reminds me when I have meetings or calls coming up, my Apple Watch, it hits me with notifications to ensure I don't miss anything important like a recording session, all kinds of good stuff. But here's something new that I love about my Apple Watch. It helps me take my personal trainer with me wherever I go using this new app, our new sponsor called Future, that has changed the way I'm hitting my workout goals in 2020. I was begging our ad sales guy to find an effective program to help me stay accountable fitness-wise and to keep me motivated and educated and guide me through my fitness and health journey week in and week out, because I'm the kind of person who needs that. I need somebody to set this all up for me and hold me accountable, and finally we have that in Future. I got set up with my coach last week. You get matched up with a coach one-on-one. This week, my 2020 fitness routine is finally taking shape. I am back, baby. I'm fucking back. Y'all saw me running RossFit this morning on Instagram if you follow me. Future is awesome. It pairs you up with one of their world-class trainers and coaches. The coaches create your personalized workout plan tailored specifically to your schedule, your routine, your goals, your progress. Your coach checks in with you daily to keep you on track. They can send you text messages. They can make adjustments to your routine, follow your progress, logged onto your Apple Watch. If you don't have an Apple Watch, no problem. When you sign up with Future, they send you everything you need, including an Apple Watch. Don't overpay for a trainer this year. Get the workouts you need to meet all your fitness goals and take your trainer with you wherever you go with Future. Just sign up today at tryfuture.com/RBP, and you will get 50% off your first month. 50% off your first month. Why would you not try this? Tryfuture.com/RBP, 50% off your first month. Tryfuture.com/RBP. Last and final segment, and we'll be quick here. Famous people we want to fight.
Oh, you have one?
Whoa, beef?
No beef.
Oh.
Respect fight.
Okay.
I'm doing Gervais.
Well, these are all respect fights.
Ricky Gervais. Okay. He hosted the Golden Globes last night, fifth and final time, allegedly. And it was the most masterful hosting performance I have seen in my lifetime.
Except for you every time.
Except me every time I'm here, yes.
I'm surprised
Now,
you even watched the Golden Globes. Honestly.
I was too. My mom really, really wanted to watch them, and she was in town. Couldn't deny
They were
my
actually
mom.
really good.
Best Golden Globes I've ever seen. I was fucking thoroughly entertained the entire time. I feel like an idiot for bashing the Golden Globes literally last week on OCC. I was like, this is the shittiest award show ever. Everybody's just fucking drunk on stage. Nobody knows what's going on. This one was better, man. It was just really, first of all, his opening monologue set the stage in a way. He just kept telling everybody to fuck off. They
bleeped him so many times last night.
He was like, well, they bleeped Joaquin Phoenix way more because he
Joaquin
could
Phoenix,
not stop.
what is wrong
cussing.
with him?
He's a mentally ill person. Like, for real, though.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
for real?
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
he was just a weirdo.
A lot of mentally ill people just look like weirdos.
I thought he's just a really good actor, and he just likes to switch that on just to like mess with people.
He's such a good actor.
You know what I mean?
He's such.
I don't know. As a dude who has like some issues, I look at that guy when he's talking, and I'm like, yep, that guy's got some fucking issues.
Well, that's
such
how
a
good
good
of an actor he is.
Yeah.
He's like in Her too.
Dude, that's a great movie, man. It's a really
it's
good
just
movie.
all close above his face, and he's just so good at making faces.
Him and Gladiator as Cassius? Commodus? Comatose? Was unbelievable. One of the best bad guys of all time.
Yeah.
Trying to bone his own sister and shit, though. Anyway, point is this. I have had my ups and downs with Ricky Gervais. There was a long period of time where he was one of my least favorite comics in the world. There was a famous interview, this is back before Louis got caught.
With Gary Shandling?
Maybe, where it's Louis C.K.,
Oh, no.
Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Ricky Gervais. It's the kings of comedy that are alive, okay? And he's one of them. And he didn't fit in for me in that video. And I remember being upset. I was like, fuck Ricky Gervais. All he does is make cynical British jokes. And maybe it's just that I'm at a point in my life right now where I'm more cynical and that shit hits. But I loved the performance last night. That being said, in the past, God, how I loathed him at some point. So now this is me acknowledging that he is right there with like Jerry Seinfeld, Larry David, Dave Chappelle, like Kevin Hart and shit, in terms of the most prolific and financially this guy has made so much fucking money and has had so much success that you don't realize. You realize how much money he makes off The Office?
Oh, yeah.
The Office is like reaching Seinfeld levels of syndication, if not surpassing it at this point.
And
probably already there.
he has the British one too, which he's fucking starred in, which he gets probably three times.
I mean, that's the main one.
How do you think he feels, though, to be cucked by Steve Carell in his own role?
I bet that was
I don't think
weird
that's
deal
what it
for
is,
him.
though. I think it's just people separate the two.
But I think everybody
Like,
acknowledges
you have a
that
fan
Steve
base.
Carell
But he's
performed better, and also his career. I
I
guess
don't think that's fair.
that's
No, that's
debatable.
not
Ricky
fair.
Gervais
Have you
is
ever
a
watched the
behind-the-scenes
British
guy.
Office? Have you watched the British Office?
Like a lot of it. Like
Which
more
one's
than
gonna
just a
make
few
my
minutes.
case better?
Yes, would make your case.
Yeah,
better.
I watch every episode.
Okay, you can't say that he does a better Michael Scott because it's a different character.
There are very few fans that like both. There's usually fans of one or the other, I've noticed.
But I liked the British one. I thought it was good. I love the American one. The
Did
British
he just
one.
copy Office Space?
The British one's for British people. No, you got to go watch it. You got to go watch it. The Office show. The British version is the setup. It has all the same exact type of shit that the American one gets.
Because you forget the British one is the OG.
It is the OG.
Is it like the
And then
British?
he had the other
so
American one.
remember when they did the British version of Skins, that TV show that was super popular?
I remember on MTV.
Yeah, and then they put the American one. Everybody hated it.
Yeah.
No, what the fuck is Skins?
This is like a MTV.
That was
thing.
like the original Euphoria.
Yeah.
I want my.
And there's the British
MTV.
Inbetweeners, which is the funniest show of all time.
Oh, that's
And
probably the original Euphoria.
the Inbetweeners
Nah,
is so
I'm
good.
kidding.
Go watch the Inbetweeners. the
Anyway,
British
this would be a fight of respect. It would be
one. Ricky Gervais.
but I have to do it like mid-set when he's attacking something I care about, like with a chair from
I
behind.
need
and
Ricky
that starts the
Gervais to
brawl.
roast you.
Oh,
That
that'd
would-
be hilarious.
That's like the fucking dream, though, to get roasted by this dude. Is it not?
Here's my issue with Ricky Gervais's roasts. Have you watched a lot of the Comedy Central roasts?
Yes, I've watched enough
With,
to get an
Jeff
idea.
Ross.
I think Jeffrey Ross is really good at roasting.
He's a roast master, right?
He is. He's completely made that his brand, and he's like the roasting guy.
Yeah.
He is a witty roaster. Ricky Gervais is just like a fuck you roaster. You know, Ricky Gervais doesn't care if he's funny. That's why that like gives him another angle. He'll roast you for his own purposes, and he doesn't care if the joke's funny. Jeffrey Ross writes jokes to be funny. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They both are funny in different ways. Ricky Gervais, if he only heard the jokes and you didn't get his response to his own jokes, I don't think they're as funny. Him acknowledging how unfunny the joke is so much of why he was so good.
Dude, I'm going to read you part of this monologue from the opening monologue, okay? He's like, lots of big celebrities here tonight, legends, icons. This table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Baby Yoda. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Joe Pesci. I love you, man. Don't have me whacked. But tonight isn't just about the people in front of the camera. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world, people from every background, and they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you.
Who is Ronan Farrow?
He's the guy who outed Harvey Weinstein.
Oh.
Talking all of you perverts, it was a big year for pedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes, Shut Up, I don't care, I don't care. So through every bit of the monologue, the further he goes, the more the crowd is groaning, and they kept showing Tom Hanks being like,
yeah.
oh my God, man. And then he would, by the end of it, just be like, I don't care that you're upset, shut the fuck up.
I saw one person review his thing, and they're like, Ricky Gervais needs to read The Room. And they need to understand, he was reading The Room.
Better than anyone has ever read a room, maybe ever?
Yes, because he was making it funny to the audience, not the people in the actual room. He was reading The Room as in the
people
audience.
watching.
Yeah, the
Yes.
people watching at
The
home.
audience that mattered.
Yes.
Not the people that were at the fucking awards show. Here, I'll give you one more part. Many talented people of color were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. Hollywood foreign press are all very racist.
That's what he said.
And then again, he goes, fifth time. Because this is the fifth time they've picked him to host this, and he's calling them racist on stage. And it was just hilarious. He said, so, we were doing an in memoriam this year, but when I saw the list of people who died, it wasn't diverse enough. No, it was mostly white people. And I thought, no, not on my watch. Maybe next year. Let's see what happens. That's a hilarious concept. Not doing the in memoriam section because there were too many white people. He just
That
crushed
type of humor is
man.
like right up your alley.
He just went off. Like, he ended it with, donate to Australia, get drunk, do your drugs, fuck off. That was the last thing he said
I like
on
when
screen.
he roasted Tim Apple to Tim Apple's face.
I like when he called James Corden a fat pussy.
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah, he's like, you got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in Cats.
He did a really good job, man. And
Ross, you still love the Muppets, right?
oh yeah,
Muppets Most Wanted, starring Ricky Gervais and Kermit the Frog.
is that a thing that's out already?
It's on Disney Plus.
You
It's
gotta
a
watch it.
movie that came out like 2 years ago.
How did they get him to do a Muppet? Like he's like so inappropriate.
It's great.
I gotta
He's a
watch this.
real asshole in that movie. It's fantastic.
Really? I gotta watch this. I'm all in on that, dude. Muppets and it's like, there's a weird element to that. Like the two of my favorite movies are Muppet Treasure Island and Muppet Christmas Carol. And I make fun of furries, but like we're combining people with puppets in those movies, and it's just kind of something's weird there.
I
don't
kind of
know.
feel like Ricky Gervais is like me if I did not care at all what people thought about me. I could see myself in another world when I went scorched earth doing that bit.
that type of
We
bit.
could say the
yeah.
same about
The
Ross.
fuck everybody bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because I do that kind of now, but it's always the people that I like, and they
Right.
know that it's because I like them. But if I started doing it to people
do
I
you
didn't
think-
know,
Yeah, you get pounded.
I get
Here's
pounded.
last question I have. Do you think he actually despises that room of people as much as he puts off, or is it all part of the act to him?
No, I think he has nothing but respect for
Yeah.
everybody in that room.
Really?
I've seen him do interviews with like respected comedians, and he's really nice, and like he laughs at everything they say, and like is like a normal guy.
See, that's the thing about him that always blew my mind is I could never find footage of him off, where he's not on, where he's not doing Ricky Gervais. So I've never seen him be nice to somebody or like, I mean, even in that fucking interview I watched with those 5 legends, he's like very much being like he's playing a part. You know?
I feel like it's like a personal thing versus a system. Like when you're confronting or talking to a system that has all kinds of really nasty shit behind it, like Hollywood,
Right.
it's a great target. But if he's one-on-one with somebody, he wants to be a nice person, be respectable. You know?
Yeah, you can't just
Yeah.
like tee off on an individual. That's fucking, that's where it gets weird.
Hey, look at this loser.
And Ricky's got the power to make you feel really bad about yourself.
Yeah.
Really.
God, I want him to roast you, Ross. We need Ricky Gervais to roast Ross.
He can roast me while we whip each other's ass as we fight,
Oh yeah, you're gonna fight him.
because we're gonna fight each other.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this now.
It's America
It's only like 8 minutes
versus
long.
taxation without representation. You got to watch the opening monologue. It was sick.
Yeah,
it was
I'll
really,
at
really
least
good.
watch that. It's probably up on YouTube.
Yeah, it was.
Were you
It is
expecting
all
it?
over
Were you
YouTube.
expecting it to be like softballs?
I didn't expect that. I was like bummed that I was gonna have to watch the Golden Globes. So like the first 20 seconds, I'm just like already like, oh my god.
Here's the thing about AJ now. You didn't watch Golden Globes?
No.
Okay, so he didn't see Selma Hayek. It's probably good for his self-worth and his like
Anti-cranking
yeah.
status. Yeah, Selma Hayek's boobs.
She got heavily like talked about afterwards.
Was that a hot topic?
It was one of the hottest topics of the Golden Globes.
It's been one of the
How
hottest
old is that woman?
topics in my life.
How are
for-
those things still hanging up there like that?
The way and the thing is this.
I don't know, man.
The cameraman at this
You want to talk about buoyancy?
the cameraman at this thing kept intentionally showing them.
Well, they're out. What the fuck are you supposed to do? Not show her top half of her
Well, I'm
body?
just saying
about to show us a
the
picture?
cameraman intentionally knew what they were doing.
My God, they're glorious.
And
From
she's-
Dusk Till Dawn, you ever seen that movie?
Ah, yeah.
No.
That'll fuck your whole shit up, Jared. You're telling him he needs to go watch the Golden Globes to see that? You need to go watch From Dusk Till Dawn, where a like 20-year-old Selma Hayek does like a 5-minute stripper scene, and
Yeah.
it's the hottest thing in the world. She is 53 years old.
She looks amazing for 53.
and
Yeah.
has the
Unbelievable.
best rack of any age in any planet, world, or state, continent. In my opinion,
Like you said, they're a religion.
they are. They're my religion in 2020. Selma Hayek's breasts. We're going to leave. Before you head out to take on the world, it's time for some very important announcements. First and foremost, you must rate and review this show as your first legal obligation. Having listened to this entire episode, rate and review on Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars, 2 or 3 sentences about why you love the show, why other people would love it, and then you have completed your first legal obligation. Your second is to tell one friend, family member, coworker, or neighbor, any one individual you can think of that would enjoy RBP and what we're doing here at the Ross Bolen Podcast. Share the show with them. Any one person. So rate and review. Share the show. The second one you got to do every week. Share with one person every single week to keep the gang growing, to keep the movement moving. Follow us on Instagram at the Ross Bolen Podcast, on Twitter at Ross Bolen Pod. We're also on Facebook if you're the middle-aged aunt of one of our listeners. You can follow me, Ross Bolen, on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at WRBOLEN. AJ, quickly, where can we follow you on these social medias?
On Instagram and Twitter, I am at capital AJ. That is CAPITAL. TALAJ.
What about you, Gerard?
I am on.
I'm sorry, Bone Man, J-Bone.
J-Bone. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. Display name J-Bone. Handle at Jared Borislow. JaredBorislow.
See, if you
ISLOW.
really cared, you'd go like at J-Bone
lose my
69,
verification.
69, 420.
You want me to lose my verification for
Fuck that check mark, dude.
No. That's all I have.
You don't care enough about branding then.
Also, fun fact, those of you who have heard me talk about Tinder combos the last couple months, I did neglect it at the end of last year because I was, settling into a new job, getting into a new routine. 2020, Tinder combos is back. Go follow
Tinder combos back
at Tinder Convos on Instagram. Get me to 200K followers. I'm very close.
Yeah.
Be the 200K. You'll get a
Also,
special prize.
check out Bolen Media's television and film podcast, Oysters, Clams, and Cockles, available wherever RBP is available. We're continuing coverage of, what are we on now? The Witcher. We're on, oh, God, I can't remember. We got all kinds of shit coming up tomorrow, recording tomorrow. Y'all come through and enjoy some OCC. That will do it for RBP 255, recorded and produced by Mike Moody and Grant Davis at Permanent Record Studios in Austin, Texas. We will be back on Wednesday for episode 256. I believe neither of you will be here. You'll be here Thursday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Both of y'all will be back Thursday for whatever the fuck we're doing that day. Wednesday will be me and I believe Mike. I'm not sure. But yeah, 256 coming Wednesday. Get at least a couple more in before... Nope, that's from last time. I don't know why I'm reading that. Before the end of the year. Yeah,
Well,
we'll
do it. Yeah.
We're gonna do a couple more episodes before the end of
yeah,
2020.
few.
At least a couple few. But yeah, Podman gets paid. Respect Mr. Park. Strength and honor. Gang, gang, gang. Peace be with you, and also with you. Go low, baby.
Go low, baby.